Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing some gameplaying with the my five, I should say, favorite champions in the science class. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do the filter here to science, and I'm going to drop in the 5 champions that I think are the best in the game. We have Captain America, Infinity War, we have Human Torch, we have Void. I'm going with Hulk Ragnarok, and then I'm going to do Quake. As you can see, I have mostly 5 stars here, and I'm going to be using a 4-star Quake because I unfortunately don't have as a 5-star or 6-star. So those are the 5 best that I think we should be using, and I am going to bring them into Realm of Legends, and I'm going to do 20% on Realm of Legend against this Winter Soldier. So when we get to 80%, I'm going to stop, exit, and then demo the second champion. So we have 5 champs to talk about tips and gameplay strategies, how to use them, etc., etc., and where they're best useful in the gameplay. And I'm going to go into the first fight with Winter Soldier. This is the guy that we just love to beat up on to demo these videos, and just to test out new champs. And we're going to go in with, let's go in with Quake first, and we're going to do some gameplay with Quake. We are going to also take some hits just to show how durable some of these champions are. This is only a 4-star Quake, so I'm not deliberately trying to take too much damage with her, but for the rest of the 5 stars, we're going to definitely take some damage and see how they recover, or how well they take that damage, as well as handle their 20% of the gameplay. So let's get right into it with the Quake fight. So with Quake, we want to parry and hold that block. And we want to parry and hold that block. And hold that block. And that's the best way. We took some hits there then. So we build that concussion going here on here. We did not plan on that, but we got, here you go. We're going to hold it. Going to fire that off, give us some space. As you can see, the first one always misses, and then you want to parry. I'm going to fire this off, get some space. Parry. Down to 97%. Again, he is much stronger than us right now. We're gonna parry, and even if this Quake didn't take him down to the 80%, we'll continue the video because she is only a 4-star, and there's so much she can do. And I did want to take some to see how much damage she could take. She's taken quite a lot of damage and surviving so far. So imagine her as a 5-star and doing this damage to this guy. So what I do with the 5-star, with the 4 stars, I take them down to just the 10%. And then we're gonna pause it, and then that's it. So she did close to her 10%, but Quake, game's play style, tips on Quake is to parry, hold that block. So you build that shockwave going there, and then you just parry and hold that block, parry and hold that block. And that does a lot of damage. It puts him into concussion, and then you could just lay waste to him. You don't even have to touch the champion. And the key facts again is, if you fight in champions where if you have to, every hit gives them extra power or gain or whatever, she is not actually touching them. So she's just doing damage without having to touch or give them any sort of power gain. So quick tip on Quake. And then we are going to go into the second gameplay video, and I am going to go in with some Human Torch damage. We're going to put on that Flame On ability to see how much damage he does with that as well. And again, Human Torch, his Incinerate is up with Nova Flames, and he deals an additional 75% damage. So let's take this guy down definitely now to, we want to say 60% using Human Torch, or as close to 60% around there. Again, you charge up his heavies, would build his temperature up. He's low temperature now. We're gonna take some hits. I'm gonna charge it to show you that it goes up to medium. Again, this guy is not very good with taking hits, so we are not going to take too many hits anymore. Charge that heavy, will raise that temperature. And we want to keep those incinerates and heat on this guy. As you can see, he does a lot of damage. He's already down to 80% here. Max temperature, but as you can see, as the bullets fly, it's not what this guy is good at, taking hits. You definitely do not want to take hits with him. But as you can see, damage over time is insane with him. And he does do quite a lot of damage to this guy. And we could just sit back and let that incinerate work. We're at medium temperature. We're gonna lay it off now on him. And hopefully we bring him down to that boom, into that 60% range that he's in now. That's what we wanted to do. But you could see how deadly this Human Torch is. And again, this is in no order of how I would rank the champions. We're going to do that at the end of this demo video, rank them in the top 5 in the order that I see that they would do the most damage, and all around who would be the best champ in the game. So we brought him down to 60% where we wanted to be, but that's the Human Torch gameplay. Hold the block, it builds the charges up to the heat level up, and you just keep that incinerate on the opponent. And I'm telling you, man, it's a mad amount of damage that he does. Insane amount of damage. So we're going to go with Mr. Ragnarok next, Thor, and this is some brutal damage that he does. And when the face me kicks in, he's an extraordinarily durable champion. He has indestructible with certain synergies. Again, none of these guys have synergies in this gameplay right now, except for maybe Captain America, who has the synergies with everyone and every class. Again, you could see I'm going to fire off that SP2, and it does a nice stun on him. Now here we go, boom. He takes damage well, as you can see. No problems there. We still at 27% with all of those brutal hits. He does have a heal block on him, so he's great for fighting heal champions. And here you go, boom, you just fire off that SP1. Crowd excitement goes crazy. We go, there you go. Now we want to bring him down to 40%. We have innervate on this guy. We're going to, that slows him down a bit. And then we're just going to keep pounding away on him. Boom, we have a stun. Gives you time to really put in some heavies here. Now Thor Ragnarok also has a lot of great synergies with all a lot of champs. Hela, Thor himself. So Hulk has a lot of good synergies with Thor Ragnarok. Hela, when you bring in Angela into that mix as well, it's pretty cool. But as you can see, he's very durable. We have the stun, boom, boom. We're laying this guy close to the 40% mark now. And we could go all day at this level. The sweet spot is just around under that 50% mark. And he just lays waste, and again, 40% stun. And I'm gonna pause this match here, quit out, and take on the second champion, the third champion that we're gonna be featuring today. We're gonna quit that out. And we have Captain America and Void left with 40%, so they should be able to handle 20% each. What I'm going to do is go in with Void first. And again, in no particular order, this is just random mix here. And then I'm going to rank these champions in the order that I think ease of gameplay, overall gameplay, and best uses in the game. So with Void, all you really need to do with Void, you don't even have to use the SP2 or SP3. You just spam the SP1 and get those Void, fear the Void stuff going. And I don't have this guy awakened. I'm hoping to have him awakened. I have the 4-star awakened, but I chose to go with the unawakened Void here, just to show you that he's still very good with a lot of damage. Again, you can see the buffs go in there. I get close to the SP2. He takes damage. He has one of the biggest health pools in the game, so damage is not a problem. He is probably one of the highest health pool champs in the game. And as you can see, we have the slow debuff, we have the critical rate lowered, we have the power gain slowed down, and he's just a fantastic champ overall. He does a lot of damage in all scenarios. See, this guy is just taking damage over time. So you could see that first buff on him it slows him down. He has a boom. He doesn't build as much power. The second one takes care of his critical rating. He also has heal regeneration with those buffs that he's placing on Winter Soldier right now. He has a maximum of 2 of each buff. Every, I believe it's 10 or seconds or so. The timer under Void, every time that timer fires off, you put a next buff on Winter Soldier, plus his SP1 places a second buff on him. So as you can see, as those buffs go, they keep doing a lot of damage over time. And as you can see, I'm taking quite a few hits here deliberately, and he is not actually doing anything. I'm going to fire off his SP2 so we see what it looks like. It's pretty cool. Boom, puts a dark sting on him. Again, full description of all of this stuff is under each champ, but as you can see, Void is probably in this gameplay taking the least amount of damage on the champions we featured so far. Let's not place. Okay, he's at 20%. Let's pause that out. Let's not put a Quake in that category, because Quake was only a 4-star. I mean, she could finish this entire fight. It would be a very, very long gameplay, and you just play right, don't take hits. From Winter Soldier, don't push him to his SP2, because his SP2 does do a lot of damage, and a 4-star eventually 10 hits at 10 SP2s, and he is just going to bring you down anyway because of the damage that he's going to be putting out. However, any one of these champs, 5-star, could take down this guy with no problem. 4 stars, fully run, could take him down as well. So, again, this is just demo gameplay. Let's quit this one. And let's go into the final 20 of this game, 20% of the game with Captain America, and see what he can do. Again, this guy has fantastic synergies. All of the synergies are listed in the description of the champion. He gets those shield charges going here. You see it's 3 of them right now. You could go up to 5, I believe, and there you go. And that's when you want to fire off that SP2. And as you can see, the insane amount of damage. This guy is probably taking this guy down with that SP2. The fastest down to 0. And he's still at 100%. The kinetic charges are just doing fantastic job. We're going to fire out an SP1 to see how it looks. I could see that bleed is perfect. We're going to do a heavy. Every time you fire off a heavy, he should be building Furies there. I don't know why that didn't happen. There you go. Fury fired off this time. And we're going to finish him off with an SP1, not an SP2. So Captain America, the synergy I love with him is the tech synergy, because he actually heal reverses any champion that has regeneration on them. But again, he has specific abilities based on who you have. He is high sig reliant, and you really do need to think about what fight and opponent you're going into with Quest to bring the right synergy team for him. But again, fantastic champion. Now I'm going to place these in the best. Let's exit this out. And we are going to take this to just place them in order of rank of who I would think would be the best of the champs and themselves. And if I were to rank them 1 to 5, the best and most efficient champion, I would say, in the game, I would say, first of all, for ease of play, most damage, don't really have to take too many hits. It's over time, you're going to do damage anyway. I'm going to put Void as the #1 champion in this category, specifically because he could handle any champion in the game. He bleed immune, incinerate immune, cold stop, it doesn't matter. These feared void stuff damages over time relentlessly. He has a very high health pool, so you could take a beating for a very long time. Void is my go-to guy in most gameplay. It doesn't have to be awakened, doesn't have to be, but he's much better awakened. He doesn't have to be. But if he is awakened, then you have to fear the void going instead of it falling off and having to reapply the buffs. The 3 buffs stay with them, and it goes into fear the void, does even more damage. So he's fantastic either way. Much better awakened. All the champs are better awakened. So let's say that. Let's filter this again. And who would I put as the second best in the game? For ease of play, overall damage, durability, I would say it is Hulk Ragnarok. And why would I say that in opposed to all of these 5? You could put them in pretty much any order. Because of it's the ease of play. This guy is just tap, 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 and he is just a wrecking machine. He stuns, he heal, does he heal block? Yes, he heals blocks, he stuns, he innovates. This guy pretty much does it all. He has indestructible, he has unstoppable, he has a whole bunch of synergies. He actually does have some regeneration as well, below a certain percentage with the right champion's synergy. And without the synergy, he still has it because of the crowd excitement. He either gains health or attack below a certain percentage. Again, a complete wrecking machine, Thor Ragnarok. Next, who would I put? I would put, for gameplay, synergy, or should I go Human Torch, ultimate damage. I'm going to put Captain America, more durable than Human Torch. His SP2 is unbelievably devastating. So, and he has great synergy. You see, I just put him on there and he's already had synergy. Doesn't make a difference where you put him. He has synergy with classes, not specific champions per se. Now, here's even better. Who do we go with? I am going to go with a torch for raw damage, or do I go with Quake? Wow. This is a tough one because torch does a lot of damage but can't take a hit. But again, Quake can't take a hit either. The thing is, Quake doesn't really have to take the hit at all, and she does damage without even touching you. So who is better? I'm going to put Human Torch next because of ease of play. You don't have to be an expert. A new guy coming into the game, a new member, you could use Human Torch effortlessly. Parry, block, do not take hits, and you will be fine. Quake, I'm going to put 5th in a row, and she's arguably maybe #1, but she takes high skill level. She's a champion that is very similar to, I want to say, who's the tech champion? Let's see. This tech champion here. Ghost. High skill level. High skill level. Cannot take a hit. Ghost is terrible as a defender. Fantastic as an attacker if you know how to use her. So this is the category I would say that Quake falls into. And that is why she's 5th on the list. Although any one of these 5, if you have them, you may not have all 5, but you might have one of them whoever you have is who you want to rank up. Any one of them is not a bad rank up deal. So if you have one of these champions, they are the champions to rank up on your roster, science class, before any other science class champions on your team. And that is who I'm going to save as my top 5. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you disagree with anything, that's fine. Leave a note in the comments below. Please give me a subscribe, like, or hit the notification bell and hit all so you get follow-up email notifications on any other video we put out on the channel to help everyone with the gameplay, and just my tips and suggestions on what I believe will help you, and champions that I would think help you complete most of the gameplay in this Marvel Contest of Champions. So remember, work less, play more, enjoy life, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.